Would be nice. I got it. I got it. We're good. We're good. We'll get it in a second here. First, we got to turn this down. I got it. I got it. We're good. There we go. All right. There we go. Now we're good. There we go. Check, check. All right. There we go. Can't hear you on Facebook. All right, but now we're all good. We're all good. You can hear me on Facebook. You can hear me on Twitch. You can hear me on Twitter. We are, yeah, we're on all the platforms right now. Yeah, we're on YouTube under the Akuma Mods. We are on Twitch under Akuma Mods _. We are on my personal Facebook page. We are on the 3D Printing for Noobs group. We are on the Akuma Mods Facebook page. And of course, we are on the TikTok as well as Twitter. We are also on. So, although I probably really shouldn't stream to Twitter anymore because I don't really do anything with Twitter, to be honest. I probably should because there's a lot of people on there that I know. Of course, you just went live. So the chances of me having any followers on here because Loyal Moses decided to go live. It's fine. I don't care. It's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I can't stream because another person is streaming. No, I'm not going to be like that. I don't care. So, yeah, we got some things to work on today. So the wife and kids are out at her friends, so we're left to our own devices right now, more or less, because I just didn't want to go. So I was tired earlier. So I did try to print a different type of chainmail in resin. So we printed, not that, we printed this in resin, and it came out very, very well. So whoever designed this very good. But however, this one, if we were to print it, it will probably have to be supported. So maybe I'll give it another go with some supports. I might try flat supports, even though I suggest against it always, because of the type of print it is. I think we can get away with it and be okay. But yeah, we'll have to try. But essentially, this all fused together because the printing it directly on the build plates. You know, we got some of it to not fuse together, and then most of it did fuse. So yeah, not too good. As you can see, some of it's got some holes, some of it doesn't. But essentially, it's not flexible enough. I mean, we can probably break it apart with bending it back and forth, but essentially, it's a dead print. So not the end of the world, like I said. All right. I have a photo 8.9, and I'm not very good at the resin printing. Any tips, like types of resin? So I don't suggest any water washable resin for anybody that is using a resin printer. It's probably more of a personal reason than it is actual usability, but I'll just throw out the specs for it. Water washable resin is usually a lot more toxic than any other resin, just because of the additives that they need to use to make it essentially water washable. What are you guys doing? No, it's the cat. Sorry. What's up, Vincent? What's up? How's it going, Matt? So anyway, so water washable. I don't suggest it because it doesn't hold up, at least not here in the good old Illinois, with our temperatures that fluctuate literally on a daily basis. You know, one day it can be 40 degrees and the next day it could be 80. It tends to crack, whether it's hollow or a solid print. It does not hold up. So I don't really suggest it for a print that's going to hold up. And I'm sure that if you painted it, it might help a little bit. But even then, I've seen people that have cracked prints when it was fully cured and painted and everything. So so I don't really suggest that. And just the way that people use it is not proper. You're not supposed to just wash it underwater. and trying to dispose of the resin wash is a lot harder than disposing of like the denatured resin wash. I'm probably going to do a comparison to that just to tell everybody like, hey, this is how you dispose of it, and I'm literally going to waste about $80 worth of denatured alcohol just to prove a point essentially. But I'm going to set them outside and kind of do like a time lapse type thing and go from there. But yeah, I don't suggest water washable just because it doesn't hold up and it's super brittle. But if you do go with water washable, there's only one that I do suggest, and that is Ministry of Resin. And that's because you can actually use isopropyl alcohol to clean it off. It is a little bit more durable than other water washable resins. And the company that makes it actually, they do the research and they try and make it as best as it possibly can. What's up, Larry? How about eco resin? So that is one I definitely suggest to people, especially those who have some smelling issues with resin. Bio resins, specifically the eSun brand, is what I've used. I have not used the Anycubic ones yet. I don't think I will because just previous Elegoo and Anycubic resins, they are not working good. Something changed with their formulas and they're not anywhere near as good as they used to be. I don't know if it's just the fact that they can't source the proper chemicals to make the resins or what's happening, but something is amiss on them. And a lot of people are very upset with it because they changed the formulas for a lot of their stuff and now people are having constant failures. So I don't really suggest them, but if you like that resin, by all means, go ahead and use it. I just previously in Elegoo, I've had dried resin inside of my bottles, and it wasn't just like I had a bottle, then the same batch in the bottle. No, it was like I bought a bottle, then a couple months later, I bought another bottle to try it out because a customer wanted a specific color that was only made by Elegoo at the time. And so I bought it, and sure enough, the same thing was happening. So as you can see, I have tons of resin. Well, you guys can on the YouTube, but I have a ton of resin up there, probably about $5,000 worth. So that's the issue with Elegoo and Anycubic at least. But again, you guys can try that out for yourselves. I personally use, like I said, eSun bio resins for the cheaper resins, and then I use 3DRS or Monicure 3D for higher end resins. But I know most people won't want to pay that type of money for an actual good resin. And just like filament, you'll understand why. Like when you print with Protopasta, you understand why it's such a good filament. Whereas if you print with like an eSun off-brand or whatever, it's kind of a little bit more hectic and you're not sure if it's going to print very well. Whereas Protopasta pretty much prints well no matter what, unless you have a major machine issue. But the filament itself has always been spectacular. Not saying that, everything else is garbage, but you can tell when something is good over something that's just okay. So, but any standard resin, any ABS like resin, rigid resin, that's perfectly fine. Soriatec is a big one that a lot of people use. I'm not a big Soriatec person, but hey, some people are like that. Go ahead. And I don't have anything against Soriatec. It's just I don't know. I like other resins besides Soriatec. But Soriatec does have some cool stuff like the Tenacious ones. Realistic dog print. Yeah, and it moves too. It's fully automated. It even drools too. So let's see. What brand of clear resin do you recommend? So anything that is less than $100, you're probably not going to get good results that I'm aware of right now. Now, I do have a bottle of the Nova 3D clear, and they claim that it stays clear. Now, that's a pretty bold statement because there's only one resin that I've used that has truly stayed clear. And I'll tell you, like, it doesn't necessarily stay clear. It's going to frost. And this one's been played around with, sanded down. So, I mean, this ain't anywhere what it should look like. But off the build plate, this is wash and cured. As you can see, it's still crystal clear. well, crystal clear to an extent, but it's clear. It's not yellow. So that's an issue that a lot of people deal with on clear resins, is that they yellow, because when you cure them, you're essentially over curing them. And that's what happens when you over cure clear resin. It yellows. Now you can add some either blue or purple dye, very little, to combat that. But that's probably the only workaround for that yellowing effect. However, if you want something that is a one and done, I don't want to play with it, I want a clear resin and 100% clear resin, that is the Monicure 3D Crystal Clear resin. And again, I know a lot of people are not going to want to put that deep into their pockets because, like I said, it's about $100 and some odd for a bottle of resin. Now, this is for a liter, obviously, or 1,000 grams, whatever you want to call it, kilogram of resin. You know, that goes by several different names. I think it's actually 1.25 liter, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go and check the bottle here. I do have it. So yeah, it's 1.25 liters, and like I said, it's Monicure Crystal Clear, and this is probably the best stuff that I have used so far that does not yellow. So yes, that is my second bottle of that. So it is quite pricey, but you get what you pay for. Now, to keep a print crystal clear, the best and easiest way to do that is to get a drip mount for your resin printer, whichever one you have. I highly suggest that for anybody. And that basically, what it does is it takes the mount, the drip, and you can put an angle on it so it drips as much resin as possible off of it. Let it sit for about a day or two underneath the hood, and then come back to it, scrape it off, and then just cure it. Don't wash it. Don't do nothing like that. Just cure it. And that'll stay as clear as it possibly can be. That is the easiest way to do it. Now, you will have to probably clear coat that because it most likely will be tacky after you cure it right off the build plate. So just keep that in mind. You will definitely need a clear coat or gloss coat, whatever you're going to use. And you might have to use a couple coats for it. So just keep that in mind. The other way is to actually sand and polish it. Essentially what you do with headlights on a car, there's like that headlight restore kit. Now, I'm tempted to purchase one of those and just give it a go. That's why that print is still very frosted and sanded down, because essentially that's what I wanted to do. I originally dipped it in resin and it didn't work out that well because I was impatient. I didn't wait for it to drip off enough. And so it basically just was very lumpy. So I messed it up. So what's up? How's it going, Nameless? I think I figured out how to light my model's lightsaber dilemma. Ooh, really? That's awesome. That I would say is a hard piece of the puzzle for any lightsaber enthusiast who is printing a saber. My best suggestion is to print the mast, so to speak, the saber part, essentially, in a more of a solid, either resin or filament, but leave a gap enough to have like LEDs in there or something like that. And what that'll do is essentially make it as a diffuser. So you got to think, like, if you just have a hollow mast or whatever, the saber part, if it's just hollow and you just stick some LEDs in there, it's going to look kind of trashy, right? Like, it'll work, but you can clearly see the LEDs in there. So you want a diffuser, essentially. So you can do that, or you can maybe even print an insert that maybe is like a little bit of a darker filament, if that's even a thing, or two different types of clear filament or clear resins. Maybe put a dye in the resin to darken it up just a slight bit and go that way. So I can have a hangout. Yeah, I could absolutely have people in here if you guys want to. I can have people on TikTok because, like I said, we're on all aspects. So here, let me put the invite out on here, and copy. We'll put it in the banner so everybody can do that. And I think I'm gonna actually switch the TikTok over around to that. So just get some sandpaper and wet sand it, cheaper than the headlight kit. Yeah, but the thing is it's not like you could just keep sanding it. As far as I know, you need an actual rubbing compound. So I figured, what's an easier way to go about this that's like an all-in-one kit for somebody that has no idea what they're doing? Like, let's say they've never sanded anything in their entire life. They've never done any of this. They've never polished anything. They just got into 3D printing and they want a crystal clear print. Well, that would just be an easier step, even though it might be a little bit more expensive for them. Essentially, it might be easier for them. So I figured I'd throw it out there and just kind of add that into the video that I would like to do for it. So that way people have that option. Either you can go and buy this X amount of stuff for a very little price, or you could go out and buy like a headlight restore kit. But again, I would stress, if you're going to buy like a headlight restore kit, essentially what you would want to do is have it being constantly used. So if it's like a 1 or 2 time use, it's probably not worth the money to go and get that route. Unless you really want it, that's perfectly fine. But again, like I said, the easiest way is to just take it off the build plate, cure it right then and there. That would just be the easiest, in my opinion. So, how's it going, everybody? How do you add a raft if I want to flat print Anycubic M3 Max? So, I've never done that. I know there was a website that somebody had created, essentially a tearaway raft for resin printing. And I have it somewhere saved, and I was going to look at it because I've never utilized that. If I was going to use something like that, I would definitely support it regardless. So, but even if I had to print it flat, I would just, take a, God, I can't even think of the name of it. It's like a crafting tool, essentially a deburring tool. There we go. And basically take care of all of the flat footing effects. But that might affect the actual print and the dimensions and everything. So you really have to figure out what's going on. But I've never done that. So if you use Lychee under prepare, there is a button on the left that says raft. Right. And the same thing with Sheet2Box. You can use a raft, but the raft option is not exactly the same as a filament raft, where it usually detaches. It's not. It's more or less a stabilizer than anything, and it's not meant to be printed directly onto. So depending on what printer I'm using, sometimes I use a raft, sometimes I don't. It's not always needed. But if you're worried about something, then yes, absolutely, always use a raft. It just makes it a lot easier to remove the prints. So what I also do is I also bunch up the prints as well, so they kind of overlap each other a little bit, especially with the supports, and that way the entire print is essentially one piece. When I go to remove it from the build plate, I just scrape underneath it and all of it comes off. But if you're talking about like FDM where you print directly onto a raft, that is a completely different story on resin printing. And again, I have a website where somebody supposedly made something that's a tearaway raft. I have never used that. I've never even experimented with it. So there is some possibilities that might be a good option. But again, I have to dig through all of my stuff and find out where that is. But yeah, check Boily Hobby Time. He's on here and YouTube. I'm going to light mine the way he did his Vader. All right, I'll have to take a look at that. What's up, Bendu? All right, so let me show this. Let's put that back out here. Give me 5 minutes. I have hiccups right now. Can't you just print in ABS and acetone smooth it? So if we're talking about resin, there's no specific it's not, our ABS is ABS like. So essentially, it is a combination of chemicals to make it seem like ABS, but it's more of like an in between of PETG and ABS, comparing it to filament. So nothing that we have resin wise that I'm aware of is ABS, true ABS. Again, it may have similar properties to it where it holds up, it has the breaking points, the temperature abilities, and things like that. So, acetone doesn't really work the same way on resin that it does on filaments. Acetone is more of a cleaner for resin prints than it is a smoother. So, I have not seen a chemical. So essentially, when it's in a cure stage, because okay, you cure it layer by layer on a print, right? And it's kind of fully, well, I'd say it's like 70 or 80% cured, the entire print. And you basically do the final cure for it after you wash it. That is the thing about it where it's used more of a wash, more or less. So, hey, what's up? How's it going, Patty? Yeah, if you guys want to join in, I'm gonna point you guys to my stream here. If you guys want to join in on the YouTube or anything else, I'm on StreamYards. If you guys want to jump off of TikTok, that's fine. If you guys want to jump into TikTok, I can definitely get you guys pointed in here. So thank you, everyone. Definitely a newbie to resin printing, mostly successful, but lots of failures, and that's going to happen. I mean, that's anybody. That's anybody getting into 3D printing. Period. Excuse me. Regardless if it's resin, filament, chocolate, anything, it's going to happen. And I'm not going to say that it's going to be a joyous ride for a lot of people, because it does also tend to get to your settings and things like that. So, what's up, Vincent?
Hey, man. It's late here, and I've been tinkering around a little bit.
Oh boy.
No, nothing much.
Well, that's good. All right.
I've been working on those 18650 battery packs, but I got to run in a small issue.
Oh boy.
My breakers in the house are only 16 amps, and the machine needs 20.
Oh no.
So every time I spot weld one battery, my fuse is blown out.
That's awesome.
Yep. So called the electrician. He's going to take a look if I can switch one of those breakers out to 20 amps.
Okay, sounds good, Patty. Yeah, I'll probably be here for a little bit. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so if anybody wants to join, that is the link there. You guys can pop in and you can be on video. That's perfectly fine. It don't matter who you are, what you're doing. We can set you up and have a chit chat. So.
Yeah, and I've been tinkering around with one of these problem-solving devices. I will will tell you a name.
Sounds like an Ender 3.
And the funny thing is, the first one that I still bought is still running.
Of course. That's how it always is.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to try and move this phone over here. I got to see if I can still get comments over here. I'm going to figure this out. Where is that? Did I delete that? No, I didn't. Let's see if this is back up and running. I used to have the ability to view chat.
Well, you
join, but I've only got 5 minutes left on my lunch break. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm still tinkering around, and finally got a couple of power supplies for the Raspberry Pis.
Nice.
I was looking for the original ones because I had a cheap aftermarket ones, and every time it gave me issues with undervoltage.
Dang. Nope, it's not working again. Dang it. All right, well, the other thing I can do is I can do a workaround here. What's up, Rob? How's it going? Would love to join, but you only got 5 minutes left for lunch. Gotcha. Let's go back. Let's go and swap you to there.
Always wondered how.
So I don't know if you've seen this one yet, but I finished it.
I saw you were pointing it out the other day.
Yeah. But I found out that I need a bottom big ring for it. So when you make the hole, it doesn't fall through the bucket. But the problem is, it doesn't fit on my printer.
Really?
Yeah, I can do it in parts, but I don't want to. I want one solid piece.
Huh.
So if everything goes well, Ray's gonna print me one.
Gotcha. Oops. Come on.
Man, if you keep on going like this, you need a bigger space.
I know.
Jeez.
I needed a bigger space like a year and a half ago.
So what you working on at the moment?
Nothing right now. Just kind of chit-chatting. So. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You're going to make me search for this? Do. There we go.
Man, I couldn't even remember that I had so much stuff that I kept in boxes. I've been cleaning out my place for the past 4 months.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, grab a box out of the cabinet, throw it on the table, take a look, sort through it. I'm almost done. Yeah.
Okay, let's try and get chat over here. So let's go on to TikTok so I can move the phone over and see what's going on here. Oh, nope. Wrong way. Wrong one. Whoops the daisy.
More printers. First, I need a bigger space for that.
Did I check the email yet? Which email? I don't remember seeing an email from you, bud. The last one that I got from you was the whatchamacallit, the Egyptian one that we were talking to. Yeah, okay. So you sent it to a Max. What the hell just happened?
What was a brand that you used for making clear resin colors? So I'm a little bit tired, man. for clear resin, what brand did you use?
So the clear resin, I used Monicure 3D Crystal Clear, but a lot of people, that's very expensive. Sent one today. All right, I'll have to look at it. Let's hope I win the Mega Millions so I can buy more printers. What's up, Matt?
Hey everybody.
All right, let me put this on like a.
Oh, I still didn't change my logo.
Easier. Yeah, let's turn this volume up. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Dance, dance.
Can you hear me all right?
Check it
I
out.
can hear you all right. Yeah, you are a little bit low, I think, but yeah, I can still hear you. What's up,
Is it
Danny?
clear? Do you hear any noises from the machines in the background?
I don't think so.
No.
Not at the
A little
moment.
bit, little bit.
Yeah,
But it's very faint.
he lies.
Maybe better now, hopefully. Alright. Sorry, last 5 minutes I didn't hear what you guys were talking about, so
Trying to set all this stuff up really quick here.
because I had some hiccups. Oh man, when I get the hiccups, I just have to go outside and get some fresh air.
Hey, I like that chainmail. I made a couple. What's the other one called? Are you talking about this one that I made? The really, really
Oh,
flexible
nice.
chainmail that I printed in resin?
That was cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool.
Yeah. The only one I can find here is an Elegoo Rapid resin.
Yeah, so you'd have to actually probably purchase that from Monicure 3D.
Oh man, I just had the idea. How about a resin print, right? No, that would not work. No, I thought about like the belt, like the belt printer, but for resin machines.
Right.
But not with a belt, but with a lift, what basically rotates.
Wait, say that again?
Like a lift, you have a lift on there, so, and then when it gets to the top, it starts rotating itself. But then we get out of alignment. That's the problem. But it will work with a chainmail. So if you would produce a chainmail, it would basically roll up the chainmail. Anything flexible would roll up.
I don't even know why I'm doing it this getaway, but all right. Wait, say that again. Flexible material?
Yeah. What you just showed us, the armor,
Yes.
the resin armor. So if you have it going up and down, then you have a little rotating device rotating it on it when it gets too long, and keep then dunking it. But the problem is you have to perfectly align it. You have to have some kind of two lifts to hold it into place, and
Yes.
then like wind it up somehow. Like almost like what you have with the tooth, like with the toothbrush tube, with the toothpaste.
Yes.
You get those little devices what you slide the tube in and then you roll it up like that almost. I thought about.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, but I think it's a stupid idea because it would not work for solid stuff. It would work.
Yeah, so I actually don't remember where I got this file. I don't remember if somebody sent it to me or what. So I have to do a little bit more research on it and figure out where I got it from and when I downloaded it and whatnot. So I have no idea. So I can't give it out because I don't know if it was sent to me as a test or what's going on. So yeah. Otherwise, I'd say sure. Let's see. It's weird. My ANET started successfully printing, but then my Lavis started having clogging issues. Why is it always something? because it's always something. These are machines, essentially. That's the unfortunate downside. I mean, even if you have a Prusa, you're probably going to experience a little bit less issues than most machines, but there's still going to be issues. It's just the name of the game. So, is again, they're machines, so they're not meant to just click and print, basically. Even though the Prusa is the closest thing to a click and print type machine that is sub $1,000, it's still not foolproof. So
It took me 11 prints before I finally got this one fine-tuned to print it right.
see, and then all it takes is for you to just like nudge that printer just a tad bit, and everything's done. It's gone. So,
Yep.
love that textured bed that you bought. So you got a textured PEI. I absolutely love those. Ooh, speaking of which, I got a print going on there.
I can only
How's
find
the IDEX going?
Elegoo clear resin, Matt.
Okay.
The only one I can find.
So, like I said, I think you got to buy it directly from Monicure, which is located in Australia. So I know on Amazon US they have some Monicure. I don't know if they have that one, but like their standard stuff I know is on there. So
The IDEX behind you, you still using it?
the IDEX, no, I gotta actually start that up because I got a print that somebody wants a helmet done, so for like a face mask part of a helmet. So, but this is the first ever Akuma Mods blend, which unfortunately it kind of turned it purple and black, but it's supposed to be red and black. But I'd say it did its job, half and half, so kind of two-faced.
Looking actually pretty good.
Nice.
I'm not too fan of the head, of the way it looks. I mean,
what?
the head. I'm not a fan of the way it looks, the head. I mean, the colors are beautiful, but I'm not a fan of the STL style.
No?
No.
Too much of a likeness for you?
You want to hear something funny with me with Amazon?
Oh my god, that's so funny. What?
I bought that spot welder machine. So I made a return email, and I was waiting for that barcode to stick it on the box and send it back. Got a notification today from the seller and from Amazon that I got my money back and I can keep the machine.
Awesome.
What the hell?
Hey, that happens from time to time. You never know.
Never got.
Oh,
My first time.
I see, Bendu. I see the thing. I know you said that you were going to send that, and now it just clicked in my head that you were going
What
to.
is it, Vince?
It is a spot welder for
18650 cells.
18650s. So essentially, you can make
they're
battery
like 40. They're like 24. They're like 40.
Something like this.
Aren't they?
Yeah. So that's essentially, show the top of that again.
Yeah.
That's what you can do. You can basically punch them without destroying the batteries, because if you solder it, there's a good potential of blowing up in your face. And
with some batteries, not all of them. I can show you the difference. These are the ones that are like in a laptop or something else, and they don't got the safety protection inside, and these are longer because here's a protection cap in there. So, see, there's a small difference in size. So usually when I take them out of the laptop batteries and everywhere else, I check them out. I charge them, discharge them, charge them again, let them be for about a month, and then check if there's enough power still left in them. I still got 120 batteries laying around.
Oh, only.
Yeah, picked up an 180 amp 12 volt deep cycle battery a couple of days ago with 2 solar panels.
You figured the slime, yeah. So I actually have to rewatch everything to Bendu to make sure I'm doing things right. Let's take a look here. Ooh,
So
that is good, sir. That is ooh, I can't show you. Secret. Top secret.
so what I'm doing at the moment is this: just buy the empty case and put the batteries in there. They are still okay. So build my own power banks.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and they work fine.
Yeah, I'm streaming, double streaming right now. I'm streaming on Charity Makers and with you guys right now.
On what? Oh,
Charity
charity.
Makers,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yep.
the one from Liam. So,
Yeah.
because I have several laptops, so
What's up, Sniper?
I use this one laptop for streaming for the print for Maker, uh, not Maker Deck. Also for Maker Deck, I use the same computer, and what I do is I open up OBS twice,
Oh yeah.
or um, or I have no one OBS I have open, and then I open up two streams. One stream for Maker Deck and one stream for Charity Deck. So, sorry, Charity Maker. I got it wrong. And
So
then I can
okay.
do stream one video input.
Dang,
All right.
the prices of the filament are going up.
Yeah.
So Bendu, I will say that so far the figure is good. The backdrop I'm kind of so about. It's interesting, but I don't know if that's not what I had in mind. Let's be honest. But it might be something that I'd be okay with. So as long as it's a two-part thing where I can set in, maybe we can work with it. But I'll see if I can give you some references. Still at work. My litho finished. Awesome. Had to do some custom workaround to keep it from falling. So one thing I do suggest is looking up a program called Luban and taking a look at how to do a lithophane in there. Because what's nice about
I have
the
a
Luban,
video.
yeah, see, there you go. You look at Matt's stuff. They're
Look on my profile, Matt German, and you will find two videos. One is a fast version and one is a slow version of how to make
There you
the
go.
lithophane. One is 10 minutes long and one is 20 minutes long.
all right.
And both are called How to Make a Lithophane in Color.
Oh, not
This is
falling.
our
Whatever.
lithophane.
Yeah. So one of the cool things about at least Luban, if you're doing single lithophanes, I know that Luban, unlike most programs, add like a raft, or you can add a raft to it to help with the adhesion part. Because he's saying that he's having an issue with it falling.
Yeah.
So, and that's usually what I would consider like a machine, like the bed leveling issue.
Oh,
So, but
yes and no.
yeah,
Because the thing is, with lithophanes, if you have no borders on it and you only have the skinny border, then it will fall over after like 10 centimeters, 100 mil, and even smaller. I had it fall over by 8 mil.
yeah,
And especially it's also how you orientate your lithophane. If you have a moving bed but move back and forwards, you want to align it with the bed so it moves with the bed. And also your borders, put them on 5 mil and then you should put brims around it on the bottom, and then it should work for you. But with
Okay.
Lubin also you can put support on if you want to have support, but they're kind of a
Right.
pain to get off. So you have to
Okay.
take like a small little hot knife to cut them off, and yeah, so it's up to you if you want to use that. But I would try my method, what I just told you. Just make the water thicker, 5 mil. And
Okay.
if you go higher than 160 mil high, then you should think about getting support because then you suffer with the wobble effect. Then you get like little tiny lines in the uh, little thing.
Right.
That's all what I can tell you right now.
I used the support blocker and then added the infill in the bottom of the box. Okay.
That's the little thing right here, too, black and white.
See, there you go. You don't have any lithophane printing right now?
Yes, I have one print. I have two printing right now.
There we go.
I have to move the camera right there. This one is printing right now, but this one you can't see really nothing. And the other one is the same. I just started them out. One I started out 3 hours ago. No, 8 hours ago. That's 8 hours ago, and that I started like 20 minutes ago. The other one.
Right. Yeah. Put on some.
But it looks very nice so far. My other lamp. This one. I have to get my knife and take it off.
A spool of 3 kilos of filament for 55 euros.
Wait, how much?
55 euros for 3 kilos. 3 kilos. 3 kilograms.
3 kilos.
Eason.
So that's what? That's like a 3 kilogram roll?
Yeah.
I think
55
that's pretty
euros.
good.
55 euros, yeah.
I think that's not too bad.
And it is Eason.
Let's see.
You think my ender can handle a 3 kilo spool on the top of that one?
You are definitely going to need to get some sort of custom rolling
Oh,
system
wow.
for that.
Wow,
That-
this is stuck to this plate.
That's very heavy. So be back in a bit. All right, cool.
You mean something like this?
Yeah, but you might need something even more than that. Like, what I mean is an actual, like, rolling system that sits on the desk, like, nothing that sits on the printer.
So
Because-
basically mount it on the top of the shelf and let it hang.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, like, you have the IKEA LAC system, right?
Yeah, that's why I was
So-
still working on it.
Essentially, drill a hole through and
Yeah.
print the filament guide, because they have that for, like, the Prusa build. And then there you go. Just print the roller guide system for the top there. There you go. Yep. Perfect.
I was working on it.
Yep. So that's all you need. But yeah, that's a pretty good price because I'm looking at like a Yusu one here, just PLA plus, and it's $60.
This is PLA plus black.
Yeah, this is PLA plus
and-
black
yeah.
and Yusu, and it's $59.99. So that's not too bad. That's pretty good price.
Wow, I can't get it off.
What is this crazy thing? Stacker F box filament dry box. What is this insane thing? Where did you come from? This is wicked. Crazy. Look. It's a very interesting filament dry box. I must say so myself. Keeps your filament dry, clean, and safe. Uses a rechargeable test kit. Stackable design, saves space. I'm gonna have to save that. Very, very interesting. Came across that on a whim. The weight, yes, exactly. Alright, let's see if we can find Eson specifically. Because Eson might actually be a little bit more. If they even carry that. I don't even know if they carry 6-pound spools. Nope.
It's free shipping.
That's good.
Wow. Look at
That's
this.
weird. For almost 4 kilograms of filament. It's including the spool and the box and everything. And no shipping cost.
That's good. That's how Amazon should be. Everything is already included.
No, this is not from Amazon. This is from another company in the Netherlands.
Well, that's pretty good then, because that's our filament price is $61 on Amazon. So if they can get close to that, that's pretty good. That's hard to do.
I'm gonna try it.
But yeah, like I said, just be careful. Just make sure you got a nice roller system for that. That's a ton of weight. What's up, Doug?
Yeah, I can build one. There's no problem.
How's it going? So yeah, if you guys want to join in on our normal chat, you guys can. Let's edit this ticker. Oops.
What kind of glue I put on here? Damn.
There you go. If you guys want to join, there's the stream link. Let's see. Thank you for the likes. Got my winter tree decorated. What? You're a couple months ahead of time there, buddy. Got a roll of TPU. Ooh, that's some fun stuff. Nope, I got rid of mine. Ooh, speaking of which, I should probably start packing up some orders. I finally sold my Wii box. She gone. What is this? What is this? Seems kind of cool.
Yeah, we're going off the bed, man. It's 10
All right, dude.
10 past 3, and because of my
Whoa.
medication and stuff.
That's late.
Yeah,
Sorry,
my medication is kicking in because my kidneys are still not functioning.
Gotcha.
So I have to go back to the hospital Tuesday. And we will see what happens.
Well, good luck, man. All right, man. Well, you have a good rest there and get some.
Yeah, I will
Be
be.
safe.
I will be live streaming a little bit more later this year, and I will be start printing soon again.
Good.
So what I'm working on is one of these printers is going to be in the shelf. So I need to extend all the wires, of course, because the power supply needs to be up here. It's going to be closed. And then I can finally get the resin printer off the shelf and put it down there and start printing more resin.
All right, Larry. You have a good one, man. Thanks for popping in.
So that's what I was working on.
Doing the 4 seasons, got spring and winter done. Now I need to do summer and fall. Oh, it's a print. Okay, that's why I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you decorating? The car is running, but nobody's behind the wheel. By the way, for
Yeah.
TikTok land, is the music too loud for you guys? Let me know. What's up, Polo Baller? Gotta run also. No, that's fine. Okay, good.
Okay, everybody have a good night, man.
All
Good
right.
night.
You
Have a
one,
good
man.
night. Oh man, I can't get this off. And the plate is cooled down.
All right. So.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do I separate pieces from my build plate so I can glue them back on? Huh? Like if I messed up supports on the head of a model. So my question is, how do I separate pieces from my build so I can glue them back on? Oh, so you need to like have a model cut. So like you're saying if you messed up the head part, you want to basically chop off the head and go from there. So the issue with that is trying to figure out where you want to chop it off on the model that you printed and then chopping it off in the slicer at the correct area. So that's the hardest thing. Mesh Mixer is a really good program to utilize that type of thing. And you can separate pieces from a model very easily. I use Sheet2Box Pro, but it's a very basic cutting system. So essentially, like, do I have Pro up here? Or is this regular? Yeah, it's Pro. So those pieces printed. Okay. That's all good. So here, we'll just kind of we'll do one for the hell of it. Okay. So we're gonna do what is it? Prepare, I think. Yeah. So if I do prepare, you see this green screen, that's essentially a cut. So I don't want to cut it that way. I want to cut off like these tubes and make them even, like something like that. So I would put it on the Z. But unfortunately, because I have all this other stuff here, it's going to cut everything on the build plate. So that's the downfall of Sheet2Box. You can't just cut a single model, as far as I know. But I should be able to because I just have that one model highlighted. But we'll find out right now. So essentially, let's say, all right, I need to bring this down. So we're gonna bring it down to meet that area. Okay. We're gonna keep going until we see the top there. We'll zoom this in so you guys can see what I'm doing.
Sorry, guys. I've been
Nice.
quite a bit busy with my plate because I need to get rid of all the stuff what's left over.
Okay. So at 95.20 is essentially where we want to cut this because that's at the base there. It's probably a little bit less. It's probably like 95.10. But we're going to utilize that. Okay. So we're just going to hit apply. And now that single piece should be cut. And there we go. So now it is a separate piece from this. So, but that's Sheet2Box Pro only. So you just got to be careful with it.
Maybe I have it so well level that it's perfect level that perfect adhesion happens. I mean, I couldn't get it off.
You couldn't get it off, huh?
No,
Do you
it
have?
was PLA
Wow.
on a class plate.
Was it cooled down?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's one. I let it cool down at least 20, 30 minutes, maybe even longer.
Very strange.
Yeah. I mean, it's a focus one. little plate, you know.
Gotcha. Hopefully that helped you out, Holopolar. But essentially, just download Mesh Mixer, and you can do something similar like that. Now, I haven't used Mesh Mixer in a couple of years, so I would have to go back in if you need help with that. Just to let you know.
Okay. I broke my toolbox.
Sneezing. Excuse me. G2 box, so just sink it into the build plate and cut it out like that. All right, you can do that too.
Alright. Gotta run off with something again. Alright, Larry, see you. I wish I won the Mega Millions. They don't have it here. We call it Euro Millions. That's pretty cool, Euro Millions. I do have to put some glue on there just in case.
Thank you. I'm sneezing. I'm allergic to y'all.
Yeah, we know. You can't stand us.
What's up, Mac G? How's it going, man? So we have the first parts of my son's cosplay done. Now we just need to get the Mega up and rolling so we can get the big parts going. It's going to be so much fun.
Okay. Oh, look at me running. Let's leave them now. Oh, a person asked about Lupin. I can throw it on screen really quick. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I don't know if that person is still in here or not. He might be gone. He was on TikTok. Gotta head out. Have a good one. All right, Chase, you have a good one too. Thanks for stopping in. What's up, TikTokers? How goes it? All right. So, fun times.
So what are your plans for the next couple of weeks?
Next couple of weeks, working.
Any particular thing on printing wise? Or I know you did something secret, but don't tell me that. But
Yes.
you can tell us anything.
So I do. So somebody sent me some files for a Gambit model that I've been wanting to print for a while. So We're
Oh,
gonna
that's cool.
we're gonna set that one up. Once I get this all set up and ready to go, we are going to print out the rest of my son's cosplay. He's going to be dressing up as Luigi from Luigi's Mansion, and he wanted me to make his weapon, which is called a poltergust. This is essentially like a vacuum cleaner that he
Yeah.
has, and he sucks up all the spirits
Both.
and everything with it. So, so I have the first parts printed on the Sonic Mighty 4K right now, and the rest of them we're gonna change out the screen. I'm probably gonna do that right now on the Sonic Mega 8K right here and get that going. So.
Yeah, I'm making some STL files right now.
You're making some STL?
Yeah.
Nice.
Takes on about 10-15 minutes and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have everything ready, you can assemble it in a matter of like 2 to 5 minutes,
Right.
But if you want to align everything, make sure everything is perfect, and
Yep.
you
I get it.
Summer Awards with the covers. Let's cover David Jeffrey. Huh. Oh, here you go, David Jeffrey. Oh, I finally took off my resin tank from my Sonic Mighty 4K, and the screw stayed in, luckily. Also happy. So, but still I have problems screwing it on because of, I guess there must be some resin in between.
Yeah.
So I put a nut in between so I don't have to screw it all the way down the nut.
Right.
So I put a bigger nut over it and screwed it down. And I can take the nut off anytime I like, because it's loosely on there. Uh, and it's no danger that it gets stuck on there. So, open. Yeah. So I can show you my new award what I'm making. You writing on it?
No, I'm clearing out like the holes because I've left it with resin on it for a long time, and some of the holes clogged up and dried resin inside of it. So I'm just clearing out the resin pieces.
Yeah, that's hold on a second. Here you go. Let's save it. I'm hungry again.
What? What do you
I
want?
just get my cholesterol under control.
Yeah.
Because my cholesterol was 8.2.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm down to 5.2 now. 5.3.
That's good though.
Yeah, I'm happy about it.
Sorry. Loud noises here for a quick second.
Not a problem. Oh, I love the sound from a dentist. Oops. Alright.
I think we're all good here.
And here is the finished model. Hmm. Okay. Slice.
What is?
Want to talk about mine?
No, I'm looking at something else here real quick. But what is that?
Oh, it's no, it's not open anymore, but I can open it up again. Oh no, Ruben is still running. Okay. Yes, this is then. And, oh, okay, settings is go there. Here you go.
Frostbite.
Yeah, it's a book.
Oh,
The
I
book
remember you
club.
talking about that. Yeah.
I'm doing 25 unique individual pieces.
Time to take this beast out.
Now I'm happy that I ran out of memory earlier.
Oh no.
I have to buy more memory for one of the programs I'm using.
That's not very good.
Yeah, I only have 16 gigabytes, so I'm thinking about to upgrade to 32 or 64. Not sure yet. 2 days and 21 hours and 16 minutes to print. File folder is there. Okay. Okay. Ah no! Why does it say cancel? Do this again. Must be some kind of memory problem. Okay.
Well, that's super easy to come out.
Oh, why doesn't want to save now? Am I gonna take? I think my computer's about to crash.
The Mega 8K screen is out. Whew.
Oh wow.
It's a nice gash in there.
What happened to it?
So when I was back when I first got this, I did speed settings on this printer, and at the time there was no screen protectors or anything on the market for it. So I did some speed settings, and it basically punctured the FET with one of the prints, and I've been printing like this for like 8 months now, and so finally it got so caked on there that I can't remove it. So I was like, oh, we're gonna need a replacement screen, unfortunately. So
Did you have the new screen already?
I do, yes.
Alright, what you can do is you might be able to save this one still if you take a razor blade and slowly scrape it flat. Flat.
Yeah.
You know, not at an angle, but flat.
Yes.
And I used to clean windows, and I never used to leave scratches behind.
Yep. So, but I got a brand new screen here. We're ready to rock and roll.
Cool.
Get it all set up here so we can get this thing
Because
printing
I
again.
had this problem with my screen here with the Mighty 4K because I had a leak and I didn't have the money to buy a new screen, so I said hell with it. I just took a razor blade and slowly for 3.5 hours I was scraping off everything.
I mean, this screen only costs as much as your Mighty 4K. It's only $500 for this.
Gee. I just made a boo boo in my pants.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Nope.
No, why is it so expensive? I mean, the machine I know is 1,800, but
No, that machine's like 2,200 now. But the screen has always been that expensive, just because it's their own made screen. Nobody else makes it.
alright.
What did I do? What's my name?
That's what I like about the Focus. It makes actually a picture in front of your screen and tells you what you're printing.
What's up, Bendu? We're just changing the Mega 8K screen right now, because it's seen better days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna say also goodbye and I have to head for bed because I have to get up early in the morning.
Alrighty, sir. Thanks for
Alrighty
stopping
then.
in.
Thank you again.
You have a good one.
Bye everybody.
All right. Yeah, that's an expensive expensive replacement, needless to say. So, should we just end the regular live stream? I think so. We only got one person watching, so peace out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll keep TikTok rolling, but the regular one, we're just gonna end it right here. So.